Hello, everyone. Welcome to another edition of Story Time. Today, I'm going to be telling you a Halloween story because it's Halloween. I'm not recording this on Halloween, but you get the idea. Yeah, I just thought I'd do another one of these because this idea came in my head to tell this story about something, my parents in particular really remember about one Halloween when I was very young. I don't remember every single detail. I honestly don't even know, how old I was or anything, what year it happened. All I know, it was a long, long time ago when I was just a little kid, and it was on Halloween, and something kind of crazy happened. It's honestly, the only, notable Halloween story I could tell, involving myself. So, yeah, let me just start off the story by saying it's pretty embarrassing. It's also the last story time I made, if you guys remember that one. That was kind of an embarrassing story. It just happens to be, this Halloween story I'm telling is also pretty embarrassing. And also involving my dad. So, yeah, anyways, let's get into it. So, I gotta start by saying, when I was very young, probably before, the age of 10, I think around the age of 10 is when it, stopped. Well, not just me and my sister, actually. We were both, terrified of dogs. Now, I know dogs are, very friendly and very playful, but for some reason, when we were very young, we were, really scared of dogs. I think the main reason is because we've never owned a pet, and we still, don't. We've never had a pet, a dog or a cat, anything like that. Not even a goldfish. We just never been, I don't know, a pet family, or anything. So whenever I would go to, a friend's house or my aunt's house, my aunt, she had dogs, and one of them in particular was, very hyper and very crazy and all over the place. Anytime we'd visit my aunt's house, she'd have to put the dogs in a room and lock the door while we were visiting because me and my sister were just terrified. It's just, I'm trying to figure out why we were scared. I think it's because, when a dog sees you at first, they want to bark and not attack you, but go towards you and smell you and get used to you and all that stuff. We didn't we were little kids, so we didn't really understand that concept of the dog needs to get used to you, and once it gets used to you, it's totally harmless, because like I said, when a dog sees a stranger, or somebody it hasn't seen in a long time, it's going to be crazy at first, barking and licking you and jumping on you and stuff. Dogs can, if they wanted to, they could literally bite you. They could kill you. Any kind of dog could kill you. I mean, not all of them are going to do it, obviously. There has to be a good reason. So I think that was, a reason why me and my sister were both terrified of dogs when we were very young. I got over it, like I said, when I was, around 10 years old, because I remember, I think it was, 2006 or 7, I was sleeping over at a friend's house, and he had a dog who was a decently sized dog. It wasn't a big dog or a small dog. It was just average size, I guess. And I had to sleep over, so I had to get used to the dog. So, I mean, at first I was scared, but after a few hours I was all right, the dog's fine. I don't mind the dog at all. So anyways, one Halloween night, my dad is taking me trick-or-treating. Like I said, I don't remember every single detail, but I do remember, whatever I mention here. My dad was taking me trick-or-treating, and I think my sister was still, a baby at the time, so my mom was watching her at the house, I guess. I don't know. It was just me and my dad. That's all I remember. So we're going trick-or-treating, and like I said, the first few years of my life, I was scared of dogs. So anytime it was Halloween, my dad or my mom or whoever I was with would go up to the house first and knock or ring the doorbell, whatever, to make sure, if there's a dog or not in the house. You would hear the dog barking, obviously, as soon as, you went up to the house. So my mom or dad would, knock or ring the doorbell for me, essentially. And if they're oh, there's no dog, then I would walk up to the door, and then, the person would open the door and give me candy. So my parents would do the safety check first or whatever. So yeah, we're trick-or-treating for a while, I guess, and we're going pretty far down the street, decent length, few blocks, whatever. I don't really know how long a block is. But in my neighborhood, it's a pretty decently long street, so we're going pretty far down, I guess. And we go up to one house, and like I said, I don't remember all the details, but my dad goes to knock or whatever, and I guess he thought it was okay or something because he didn't hear a dog. So the owner opens the door, and the dog comes running out. And, I don't know who the dog was going for whether it was me or my dad or anybody else. But, of course, me being scared of dogs, I do the one thing you shouldn't do, and that's start panicking and run away. And when you do that, it makes things worse. So, I don't know why, like I said, I can't remember everything. But this dog actually chased me down the street because I was running away from it. Now, as a little kid, I was too naive. I should have not ran away, obviously, but I ran away from the dog, and it started chasing me. Now, here's the funny part. There's an expression, scared the socks off somebody, scared the shoes off somebody. This dog literally scared me out of my shoe. Not both shoes, just one shoe. That's how scared I was. And, of course, it was Halloween, so I was already, sort of scared of the whole environment of, my neighborhood. People dressing up in scary costumes, and you know what I mean. So this dog, which if I remember correctly, it was a tiny dog. I don't know if it was Chihuahua size, but it wasn't a big dog or anything. So the dog literally scared me out of my shoe and was chasing me down the street. And I still kind of remember this. As the dog was chasing me for a decent length, people on the street were looking at me, parents and kids were all looking at me, and I was running down the street with this dog chasing me. And I think the owner was calling for the dog, and eventually the dog realized, the owner is calling me. So the dog stopped chasing me and ran back to the house that it came from. And I think I went all the way home. I think I ran all the way back home. So my dad was probably calling for me. He was, if I remember correctly, he was laughing. Obviously he was laughing his ass off. I don't blame him. So my dad was laughing, trying to get me to come back. But I guess, if I remember correctly, I ran all the way home. And my dad ended up coming back with my shoe, and he explained to my mom, the dog literally scared me out of my shoe. And they were both laughing, from what I remember correctly. I could ask my parents, for more details if they remember, about this story. Maybe I didn't tell it correctly, but I'd rather not, just because they probably forgot about it, and I'm gonna bring it back up, and they're gonna make fun of me. But from what I remember correctly, that's how it went down. And yeah, the dog literally scared me out of my shoe, which is pretty funny. And I don't remember what the heck I was dressed up as. It might have been SpongeBob or something. I don't know. And yeah, this happened in the early 2000s, it must have been, because, like I said, my sister was born in 2000, and I was about 5 years old at the time. I was born in 96, but my birthday's in January, so, yeah, I was pretty young, and, it's just a funny story that always, I think about sometimes, during Halloween. I'll be like, oh yeah, one year I got scared out of my shoe. And, yeah, honestly, I don't really have any, crazy Halloween stories, except for that one. That one's pretty funny. And I don't know which house it was. I don't know if that dog is still, alive or anything. I just know it was in my neighborhood because I was able to get back home, and, my dad was able to catch up and, show my mom the shoe, and, yeah, it was pretty funny. And I don't think I went back out through the rest of the night. I think I was terrified. But yeah, that's just how it is when you're a kid. You think everything is a monster, it's just a dog. The dog just wanted to play, I guess. Yeah, I don't know, guys. Anybody else was afraid of dogs when they were a kid? Because that was my thing, even to this day, I'm not afraid of dogs, but I'm just awkward around dogs because I've never had one. So anytime I go over to a friend's house, I'm just awkwardly with the dog. I pet it and I'm not playful or anything because I don't know how to be playful with the dog because I've never been a pet owner. So yeah, I'm already awkward enough around human beings. So imagine how awkward I am around a non-human being. But yeah, it's just a weird thing with me. I'd like to have a dog one day, eventually, some point. But as of right now, I'm still awkward with dogs. I'm not afraid of them by any means. It's just, I don't know. It's just a weird thing with me. Anyways, but that's it. That's Scared Shoeless, as I'm calling it. What did you think of the story? And if you guys have any cool Halloween stories, or just a dog story in general you'd like to share when you're scared of a dog for whatever reason, let me know in the comments. And that's about it, guys. And I hope you have a happy Halloween. I don't know if it's going to be a normal Halloween as of yet, because I'm recording this on the 28th, I think today is, Wednesday. So, yeah, I hope Halloween is as normal as it could possibly be, considering all the coronavirus things going on. But that's it, guys. Thanks for watching. I hope you get some candy and have fun at the dentist. See you later. Bye-bye.